Hello student, we are studying electrocardiogram and we have to continue today with normal electrocardiogram. It is a continuation of our previous class, that is a physiology of electrocardiogram. Okay, we'll go there. Before to that, what is the competency of normal cardiogram? At the end of this class, students should be able to draw and label a typical normal electrocardiogram and match the parts of electrical events in the heart. So at the end of this class, you should be able to draw the normal ECG. You should be able to draw and label all waves and segments and intervals on the ECG. Okay, and you should be able to match the electrical events occurring in the heart with the events on ECG paper, that is electrical events with the waves and intervals. Okay, so you should be able to match it. Okay, so here one short note is very popular: draw and label and describe the normal electrocardiogram under lead 2. Okay, here we'll go there in the next slide. Here, what is normal cardiogram? We'll go there. First, see the what is ECG paper. It is the paper used for recording of ECG is called the ECG paper. Okay, and many times you have seen this paper. This paper is, it is 1 millimeter square graph paper. Okay, and on this paper, okay, so this is a graph paper, and on this paper, x-axis indicates, x-axis represent the time, that is a duration of the wave, and here the scale on ECG, sorry, the scale on paper, that is ECG paper, it is on x-axis, that is a horizontal. 1 millimeter is equal to 0.04 second. Okay, and y-axis, that is a vertical axis, y-axis represents the voltage or height of the wave or the amplitude of the wave. So height of the wave, it is in voltage, it is a voltage of the wave, and here the scale is, the scale on y-axis is 1 millimeter is equal to zero point 0.1 millivolt. That means 1 centimeter is equal to 1 millivolt. Okay, this is a scale. Okay, so scale, x-axis scale for duration and y-axis scale, that is 1 millimeter, is a voltage of the wave. Voltage, it indicates the height of the wave. Okay, then speed of the ECG paper on ECG machine is either it is 25 millimeter per second or it is 50 millimeter per second. So when you use the ECG machine, you can adjust the speed. You can keep any one speed, that is 25 or 50 millimeter per second. So what is meaning of this speed? For example, speed is 25 millimeter per second. So meaning is, so for speed of 25 millimeter, the ECG paper should move by 300 thick lines or 1500 millimeter per minute. Okay, so 25 millimeter per second means it becomes 1500 millimeter per minute. Okay, so 25 into 60 second is equal to 1500 millimeter per minute. Okay, so speed. Okay, now see the picture of ECG paper, and here this is a ECG paper, and I already told that on x-axis, okay, x-axis indicates the duration of the wave. Duration of the wave means, for example, wave, it starts from this point and it ends here. So duration of wave is from the beginning of the wave to the end of the wave. It's called the duration. Okay, and how it's calculated? So duration is on x-axis, 1 millimeter is equal to 0.04 second. Okay, suppose duration is 5 millimeter, then how will you calculate the 5 into 0.04 second. Okay, so whatever it comes, it is in second. So duration you can calculate. Okay, and on y-axis, y-axis represent the voltage, and on y-axis 1 millimeter is equal to 1.1 millivolt. Okay, suppose a wave, this is a wave, and it is a wave. So here, how can you calculate the voltage? Suppose its height is 5 millimeter. The 5 millimeter is equal to 0.1 millivolt. Okay, and that will be your voltage of the wave. So voltage of the wave, it is in millivolt. Okay, so for example here it is a 0.5 millivolt. So what is the voltage of this wave? The voltage is 0.5 millivolt. So this is the scale on ECG paper. Okay, now we'll continue. Now coming to the how to calculate the heart rate from the ECG paper. So to calculate the heart rate from tracing, that is the ECG on paper, it is very easy. Okay, so how will you calculate? For example, this formula you can use 60 divided by RR interval, or second formula you can use 1500 1500 millimeter per minute divided by number of small divisions between RR wave. Okay, so here it's very easy. For example, we'll take second formula 1500. For example, it is the speed of the ECG machine, and just count the स्मॉल डिविजन्स बिटवीन आर वेव. दो आर के वेव के बीच में कितने स्मॉल डिविजन है? वन स्मॉल डिविजन इज 1 millimeter. मीन्स how many millimeters distance is between R wave? So 1500 divided by the small divisions between, or number of millimeters between R wave. Suppose ये 25 है, तो 1500 divided by 25, and that will be your heart rate, and it comes about 75 beats per minute. Okay, here the 1500 is nothing but it is a speed of ECG. So easily you can count the heart rate from the ECG. Okay, now here diagram of the normal ECG, and in previous slide I just told the number of small divisions for to calculate the heart rate. Again I will tell heart rate कैसे calculate होता है. So for to calculate the heart rate, you know, is a 1500 divided by, suppose 1500 divided by number of डिविजन्स बिटवीन टू आर वेव. ये जो दो आर वेव है इसमें कितने मिलीमीटर है? यू जस्ट काउंट इट and just calculate it. For example, it is 5 5 5 5 20, it is 20. So here whatever the calculation it comes, that will be the heart rate per minute. Okay, so in this way you can calculate heart rate. Now see the diagram of the ECG. So how will you draw? Here it's a P wave. Okay, then QRS complex, Q wave, R wave, S wave, and T wave. Okay, then see the intervals. Interval means the beginning of the first wave to the beginning of the next wave. It's an interval. Okay, and what is the segment? The end of the first wave to the beginning of the next wave. This is called the segment. So while you draw the ECG, then you have to label it also. One more diagram is there, it's easy. This diagram you can draw in case there is a question that draw and label the ECG from lead 2. तो ये diagram draw करो, it is very simple. Just show the waves, okay, and see the wave. Just compare the height of the wave. T wave का कितना है, P wave का कितना है. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि P wave T wave से बड़ी है और R wave T इतना बड़ा दिख रहा है. तो see the proportion should be maintained when you draw the ECG. So these are the very typical waves. Contour is typical, then its duration is typical. Okay, it is in proportion. If we see the duration of the R wave, it is less than the P wave. Then if you see the T wave, here it is a dome shape. Okay, so in this way, you have to draw it particularly. Label it P wave, then PR segment, ST segment, PR interval, and QT interval. Okay, so here diagram should be ideal. When you draw the diagram, it should be ideal diagram. Okay, कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं कि ये जो दिख रहा है आर वेव, इससे कितना बड़ा होना चाहिए, ये proportion should be maintained. Okay, now we'll take one by one, and we'll discuss what is P wave, what is cause of P wave, and when it becomes abnormal. Okay, what is QRS complex, what is T wave, what is PR segment, ST segment, what is PR interval, and what is QT interval. So in case short note is there, so how will you write the answer? Take waves one by one and describe it. Okay, first we'll take the P wave. Just I told, normally there are 5 waves. Okay, and these are recorded in 1 bit. 1 bit there are 5 waves, and same thing it repeat again and again. Okay, so एक cardiac cycle और एक bit में कितना waves है? 5 waves है. So see, the first wave is a P wave, and what is cause of P wave? Okay, it is produced due to the atrial depolarization. In our previous lecture, we discussed the causes of the waves are depolarization and repolarization. That is a depolarization of atria, repolarization of atria, depolarization of the ventricle, repolarization of ventricle. So what is cause of P wave? The cause of P wave is atrial depolarization. But students, remember one thing, that the wave of atrial repolarization, it is not seen on ECG paper. Okay, because that is T wave of atria is not seen on ECG paper because it is overlapped by QRS complex. It is there after P wave, there should be the T wave of atria, but it is not seen on the ECG paper because it is overlapped by the QRS complex. Okay, so there is only, for as far as concerned the atria, there is only one wave, and that is a P wave, and the cause is depolarization of atria. Okay, it is P wave is positive, it is upright in all leads except AVR. AVR में वो negative है. वो negative क्यों है? Already we discussed in our previous lecture. Because it is negative because all waves in AVR negative, because the current it flows away from exploring electrode. We discussed in previous lecture. Now P wave is best visualized in lead 2. Okay, you can easily make out on, because lead 2 the potential is more, and it is ideal. Okay, then it represents, what is its diagnostic value, or what is its importance, clinical importance. It represents the passage of impulse from SA node to EV node, and it's spread over the atrial muscle. Okay, because atrial depolarization, that means P wave, it indicates the atrial depolarization, kitna time lagta hai aur kitna depolarization hai. Okay, because here always you remember, for every waves you have to mention the two figures. So normal voltage, normal duration for every waves. P wave का कितना है? Normal voltage. Voltage means height. Okay, that is a magnitude, and it is 0.2 millivolt. Okay, so 0.2 millivolt means कितना height है? सब is a 2 millimeter. Okay, height is 2 millimeter. Okay, scale आपने देखा है, and range is 0.1 to 0.3 millivolt. Normal duration is 0.12 second. Duration means beginning of the wave to the end of the wave. कितना time है? It is it requires normally 12 seconds. Okay. Now we'll continue to the next slide. Here, applied part of the P wave, that is a abnormalities. P wave is tall in right atrial hypertrophy in pulmonary hypertension. If there is a pulmonary hypertension, that means if there is a problem in pulmonary circulation, there is a back pressure to the right ventricle, and also it means heart is working against the resistance. So there is increase in mass of uh, right atria, and you know the that is called the increase in mass of the atria is called the atrial hypertrophy. Okay, so P wave is tall. Tall means height ज़्यादा आता है. Okay, then P wave, uh, P, P wave is tall and notched, that is M shape in left atrial hypertrophy. For example, it occurs in mitral stenosis. Okay, so in mitral stenosis, what happens is the wave it comes like this. There is a M shape. Okay, and it is a tall also, and a notch is there, looks like the M shape. Okay, and it happens in mitral stenosis. What is mitral stenosis? There is a resistance to the blood flow from atria to the ventricle, particularly at the left side, left atria to the ventricle. And here, if there is problem in mitral wall, problem matlab that the hole, that just passage, that becomes a narrowing of mitral wall, and that creates the resistance to the blood flow, and it leads into the left atrial hypertrophy. Okay, that's why waves it becomes abnormal, it becomes tall and uh, notched. Okay, now students, it is absent in atrial fibrillation. Okay, so what is atrial fibrillation? Fibrillation means rapid and irregular contraction of the atria. So it is abnormal, it is not normal thing. We'll discuss later on in applied part. So there is a irregular contraction, rapid and irregular contraction of atria, and there, you know, the contraction it increases very high, like about 300 to 400 times per minute. And in this condition, the P wave is replaced by irregular oscillations. Okay, so oscillations it comes, instead of coming the P wave like this, irregular oscillations it comes like this. Okay, oscillations it comes, and that happens in atrial fibrillation. Okay, then P wave is inverted in lead 1 in dextrocardia. Okay, so what is dextrocardia? And also it is inverted in paroxysmal tachycardia. Okay, so here where it becomes negative in lead 1, usually it is positive in these two conditions. Dextrocardia means shifting of the heart towards the right side, right shifting of the heart. Or if such thing happen, that definitely, you know, the direction of the current it decides the polarity of the wave, and if it is shifted to the right side, means the in lead 1, you know, in lead 1, the you remember the connections in lead 1, the negative terminal is connected to the right arm, and positive terminal of ECG machine is connected to the right arm. So here, due to the shifting towards the right side, the current is flowing away from exploring electrode, and that's why where it becomes inverted. Okay, in atrial paroxysmal tachycardia. So what is paroxysmal tachycardia? Here the sudden attack of increased heart rate due to the ectopic foci. Okay, and in this case also there is negative P wave. Okay, in lead 1. Okay, uh, then we'll continue, students. P wave is inverted or absent in sinoatrial block. What is sinoatrial block? There is a block from SA node to the rest part of the heart. Okay, impulse is not flowing properly towards the other part. In this condition, either it becomes, depending on severity of sinoatrial block, either it is inverted or it becomes absent. There is no P wave. Okay, so this is about the P wave. Then coming to the next wave, or the complex of the waves. Okay, it is a QRS complex. Okay, and this QRS complex, the cause of QRS complex is, it is due to the ventricular depolarization. Okay, and we'll see one by one, because QRS complex it consists of three waves, Q wave, R wave, and S wave. Okay, so here, if you see in the diagram, and how the QRS complex it looks, the here, suppose wave is like this, R wave is there. Okay, okay, and this is a, then it comes the T wave. Okay, like this. So this is the QS complex. पहले P wave होता है, and Q, this is Q wave, R wave, R wave is there, and S wave. So here, what is a Q wave? The cause of Q wave is, it is negative wave. It is slightly negative. Isoelectric line से वो नीचे आता है. So why the Q wave is, it is small, and it is negative? It is because it is due to, the cause is depolarization of ventricular septum. We discuss under the depolarization of the ventricle. Once the depolarization wave is entered in the ventricle, first part of the ventricle get depolarized. It is septum. That septum, that is a wall between two ventricles. This septum, it depolarizes from left to the right. Their depolarization is from left to the right. Suppose ये septum है. Okay, this is the septum. Sorry, see that I will show you diagram. Suppose this is the septum. Okay, and first part of the ventricle get depolarized is a septum. यहाँ current ऐसा आता है. So in this septum, the initially current it flows from left side to the right side. Okay, like this. The depolarization is in this direction, and definitely here the current it flows from left side to the right side. That means it is away from our electrode. It is against the normal direction of the current flow is like this, and electrodes are here. Okay, like this. So here the current it flows from left side to the right side. That's why this Q wave, it is slightly negative. Negative Q wave क्या आता है? Because current it flows from left side to the right side in the septum. Okay, this is cause of Q wave. Then after that it leads into the R wave. Okay, R wave. So what is cause of the R wave? R wave is a positive wave, and it represents, or it shows, the depolarization of ventricular mass. Whole ventricle, both ventricles get depolarized. Okay, and it gives the R wave. Okay, so this is R wave. If you see the S wave, after R wave, small negative S wave it comes. Okay, and this S wave is small, and it is a negative. Try to understand, it is a negative because it represents the depolarization of posterior basal portion of left ventricle. Okay, so in our previous class we discussed the last part of the ventricle get depolarized is posterior basal part. वो कहाँ है? तो यहाँ देखो, this is the posterior basal part. Okay, posterior basal part of the ventricle. Okay, and here at the end of, that is for the fraction of second, at the end of depolarization, the direction of the vector, that is a resultant vector, this direction it becomes like this, in this direction. Okay, this is the direction of the vector, and it is opposite to our main current flow, or the where we kept the electrode. So for this reason, the wave, because here current it is flowing away from the main electrode, exploring electrode, and that's why the wave is negative. Okay, so up to this point, students, we studied what are the waves in QRS complex, what are their causes, okay, and why it is negative. Okay, then we'll continue. The normal voltage means particularly the voltage of R wave. The normal voltage, it is 1 to 1.5 millivolt. So this is a voltage, and this here voltage है, ये height है, ये कितना है? 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeter. Okay, that means 1 millimeter is equal to 0.1 millivolt. 1 centimeter it goes up to the 1 millivolt to 1.5 millivolt. Okay, so here in this way, and this is a normal wave. Normal duration means the wave start from this point and 8 point this point. The duration is very less, and this duration is 0.8 to 12 second is a duration of R wave. Okay, so this is all about the this is normal things about QRS complex. Okay, now we'll continue and in the next slide. See the next slide, that is a applied part of QRS complex. The QRS complex when it becomes applied, when it becomes abnormal. In left ventricular hypertrophy, in hypertension, there is abnormal tall R wave. Okay, that is we get tall R wave in V6 and deep S wave in V1. Okay, so whenever there is an increase in mass of left ventricle due to the hypertension, there is height of R wave, it increases in V6, lead V6, and S wave is deep, more negative in V1. Okay, in second example, in right ventricular hypertrophy, there is a tall R wave in lead V1 while the deep S wave in V6. Okay. Then next, in extensive myocardial infarction, there is a small R wave in V6. Okay, so you know what is a myocardial infarction in applied part. Again, will come there. The this myocardial infarction, it develops due to the ischemia. That means the less blood supplied to the some part of the heart or ventricle. Okay, due to the coronary blockage, the blood supply decreases, and once this supply is decreased, and if it is blocked, then the part above this block or behind this block, that part it becomes the infarcted. Means what is infarcted means this part of the ventricle which is not getting the proper blood, it becomes infarcted. That means its color it becomes bluish, and it does not take part in actual contraction, and that part is called the myocardial infarction. So here R wave it becomes small. Why? Because whole ventricle it does not part in depolarization and repolarization. So only some part of the ventricle it takes part, or there is a depolarization. So depolarization कम हो जाता है और R wave का height कम हो जाता है. Okay, that is called. Then next example, in bundle branch block, that is a left bundle branch block or right bundle branch block. इसमें क्या होता है? There is a prolonged QRS complex. That means it increases the duration more than normal 0.12 second. If this duration is increased, then you can say that there is a bundle branch block. Okay. Next slide. Coming to the T wave. What is T wave? It is due to the ventricular repolarization. Okay, we get the T wave of ventricle, but not the T wave of atria, because T wave of the atria is overlapped by the QRS complex, but T wave of the ventricle is recorded there, and what it denotes, what it shows, it is cause of T wave is ventricular repolarization. So this T wave, it is a dome shape, okay, and it is smooth and dome shape, okay, and it is normally the positive wave, upright, except in few examples, that is in some lead V1, lead V2 and AVR, where the T wave is negative, okay, but in other leads it is positive. The normal voltage is less, and it is 0.2 to 0.3 millivolt, while the duration is about 0.27 second. So if you see the duration and if you compare the duration of T wave, it is more as compared to other waves. Okay, it's सबसे ज़्यादा as compared to other wave. It is 0.27 second. When the T wave, it becomes abnormal. Okay, so here there is inverted. See some example. There are many examples, but important examples we'll discuss. It is inverted in myocardial ischemia. Okay, I just told what is a myocardial ischemia, and if there is a myocardial ischemia, definitely it disturbs the normal electrical activities of the heart. Okay, and how it disturbs, we are not going in details, but just remember the infarcted part of the heart. Okay, when infarcted part of the heart, when there is no current flow in the heart, then it emits the current. Okay, it acts as a depolarized part. Just a depolarized कैसे, it current, it flows from depolarized part to the other parts. So same thing happens is when there is no current flow, when the heart is at the polarized state. Okay, that is between depolarization and repolarization, the infected area, it emits the current, and in this way it affects on the normal ECG, and ECG, it becomes abnormal. So here in the same way it also affects on the T wave. T wave, it becomes inverted, and it also affects on the QRS complex. QRS complex also, it becomes abnormal. Okay, then physiologically inverted T wave. So when it comes for negative T wave, physiologically or normally, we can say that in smoking, cold bath, and in emotional upset, for example, in this condition, sometimes the T wave is negative. Okay, one more example, T wave is tall in hyperkalemia. Okay, so what is hyperkalemia? There is increase in uh, potassium ion concentration in the blood, and in this way, in this example, there is tall T wave. Okay, now we'll proceed. Now after these 5 waves, coming to the segments and intervals. So segments and interval, it is time required to travel the impulse. Okay, for example, depolarization time, repolarization time, or time required to travel the impulse from one point to the other. Depending on that, the we get the segments and intervals. So first see what are the segments. Okay, first there is a PR segment. So what is segment? Between the waves there is isoelectric line. Okay, and that is the isoelectric line. So what is PR segment? It is an isoelectric period from the end of P wave to the beginning of QRS wave, QRS complex, and that is called the PR segment, and it is normally 0.04 second. Okay, then what is ST segment? ST segment, it is the time interval, or we can say that it is isoelectric period from the end of S wave to the beginning of T wave, and that segment is 0.12 second. Okay, now what is a TP segment? That is the period on the isoelectric line from the end of T wave to the beginning of next P wave, the P wave of next cycle. Okay, cardiac cycle, and that is called the TP segment. So TP segment, it represents the polarized state of the whole heart. Means during that there is no activities of the heart from end of the T wave to the beginning of the next wave. That time is a polarized state of the heart, means there is no electrical activities in the heart. Okay, so normal period, that is a TP segment, the normal period is 0.2 second. Okay, and TP, that is a TP period, is inversely proportional to the heart rate. Means increase heart rate, there is decrease in TP period or the segment. Okay, now see the interval here. What is PR interval? PR interval, it is the interval from the beginning of P wave to the beginning of QRS complex. Okay, so here depolarization of atria is included. Okay, and to the up to the beginning of QRS complex. Okay, and this duration is 0.12 to 0.2 second, And if this duration is more than this 0.2 second, it indicates there is a delay for the conduction of impulse in bundle of His. Okay. For example, in partial AV block, there is increase in on the ECG. If the PR interval is increased, then you can say that there is a partial block, that is a AV block, atrioventricular block. That is a there is so PR interval, it increases in uh, here there is a partial block when PR interval it increases. Now normally PR interval it is more in bradycardia. Bradycardia means heart rate it decreases below the 60, and PR interval is decrease in the tachycardia. Tachycardia means heart rate if it is more than 100 called the tachycardia, and if there is a tachycardia, then PR interval it decreases. Okay. Now see the QT interval. What is QT interval? It is a period, or it is an interval from the beginning of Q wave to the end of T wave. Okay. So electrical activities of ventricle considered and under the QT interval. Okay. So it is from the beginning of Q wave, means from the beginning of the depolarization to the end of T wave, means to the end of repolarization. So it indicates the ventricular depolarization and repolarization. Okay. That means electrical activities, how much time is required for the electrical activities in ventricle, and this time is required, that is normally it requires 0.4 to 0.42 second. Okay. But if there is a problem in conduction in the various blocks or whatever the reason, then this duration it increases, and from ECG you can easily diagnose the various problem or why duration is increased. So that means it helps to diagnose the heart blocks or the problem in electrical activities of ventricle. Okay. Then QT, the examples are there. QT interval it increases. For example, it increases in myocardial infarction, it increases in myocarditis, it increases in hypokalemia, it also increases in hypothyroidism. These are the examples where we get increased QT interval. Okay. Now one more interval is there, that is called the RR interval. What is RR interval? RR interval, it is the time interval between two RR wave. Okay. From one R wave to the R wave of next cycle. Okay. And it can be used to calculate the heart rate. Just I told how to calculate the heart rate. Heart rate is equal to 1500 divided by the small divisions between two RR wave. Okay. So students, up to this point we discuss the waves and intervals and segments. Those are normal things, and when it becomes abnormal. Okay. So one more point you can add here. What is a J point? Clinical point of view, the J point is important. And what is J point on the ECG? Here J point किसको बोलते हैं? It's a junction, and junction, it is a junction between QRS complex and ST segment. It is called the J point. I will tell you from the diagram. The point where the ST segment start, and it is a point of no electrical activities. Okay. So in clinical point of view, it is very important. So see what is a J point. See in the diagram. Suppose this is a ECG. It's a P wave. Okay. Then QRS complex. Okay. And then is a T wave. Okay. So here, where is the J point? J point is here exactly. Okay. So this is the J point. Okay. It's a J point, and you know this J point. So what is J point? It indicates that it is a junction between QRS complex and ST segment. ST segments, it starts from this point. Okay. ST segment, you just we discuss. Okay. And Also it is a point where the ST segment it starts. Okay, so this is our J point. Okay, and in some clinical condition, it is very important because normally it is here isoelectric line is in straight line, but in some clinical condition this J point it shifts up or down. Okay, how it shifts up and down? Because in some clinical condition, for example, it becomes, suppose ये R wave है, so here this is J point is normal, but in some clinical condition it shifts down, तो नीचे आता है और यहाँ से T wave आ जाता है. Okay, in other example it can shift up. For example, QRS complex, it is a QRS complex, and here तो यहाँ J point यहाँ से शुरू होना चाहिए, it goes up, and where it T wave it comes. Okay, so it can shift up or it can shift down. Okay, so in this way the J point is clinical point of view, it is very important, and it is normally it is at the junction of QRS complex and ST segment. Okay, now this is all about the normal ECG. Students will stop here, and in the next class we'll continue with the applied part of ECG. Okay, bye bye students.